Hey, what up everybody? Here we go with the next match. This is going to be which is titled the Money in the Bank Contract Ladder Match. It's a very, the way this whole thing was all set up. They threw a little bit of a curve by saying that the main event this time was going to be for the actual WWE Championship. They had to strip Daniel Bryan, so they're going to do one with the big stars where that person's not going to have the briefcase, but they're going to, win the gold right away. A little bit of a change, but I mean, it is one good way to get them kicked off with a new champion. Going month after month with no belt is a little bit weird, so I was glad they were able to put this together so 7 other stars would be able to, sort of steal the show in a way, I guess you can say. The Money in the Bank never has ever been used the way that it was created. It was first created as a WrestleMania match where somebody would win the match and hold on to that briefcase in order to main event next year's WrestleMania. Never have we ever seen anybody hold the Money in the Bank briefcase and hold on to it long enough to take that main spot at WrestleMania. We've seen guys like Edge cash in at the opportune moment after John Cena was beaten down at an Elimination Chamber match only to walk in and win the belt. We've seen Rob Van Dam have enough balls to straight up challenge John Cena to wrestle him at an ECW event in order to win the title there. We've seen guys cash in after matches. Damian Sandow, one of the guys who has lost, much like John Cena had enough balls to call somebody out and challenge him to a match right away, only to lose. I would hate to see anybody lose with the Money in the Bank briefcase. We've always wondered, what would it be like? John Cena sort of bit the bullet. He, cashed in for Raw 1000 in order to make that a really big, huge show with the Rock coming back, a John Cena versus CM Punk main event. 1,000 other things happened on that show along the way. It was almost like a mini pay-per-view for all the fans to make sure they were gonna, dive in and get a huge thing. Lots of stars. We've got guys that have been there before. Kofi Kingston because he wasn't in those first ones, but I think he's been in as many Money in the Bank ladder matches as anybody else has been. I think he's got the most experience in these things. He's much like Shelton Benjamin, a guy that's going to go in there and do whatever he has to do to show off that he deserves a better spot than he's in right now in the WWE. Rob Van Dam, Dolph Ziggler, Jack Swagger. You sort of take Swagger out of the pack. He's not really a Money in the Bank guy, even though he's won one of these matches. He has cashed in and he has won the title off of this deal, but the experience of winning this thing and knowing what to do. I think Barrett was in it last year. Seth Rollins, this is his first one. I was about to say Dean Ambrose as well, but he was in that heel Future Stars one, sort of like, giving the shaft to the Shield. It was sort of pulling him away from the Shield, and everybody was looking forward to the day that they were going to break up. It seemed like all the way from last year's WrestleMania until this one, everybody was counting the days until it was the last days of the Shield, and now that it's here, nobody wants it. But I don't know. A lot of people are picking, Seth Rollins as the sort of pull-ahead guy to be, the number one contender to win this deal. I think Kofi is always going to be Kofi. Rob Van Dam hasn't really won a match since he's been back. There's a lot of, speculation on Ziggler that because of his concussions, he's not going to move on to the next deal. Oh, there was a lot of people, we got to cover Wade Barrett's injury that's going to happen tomorrow on SmackDown. No word if he's going to be able to compete at Money in the Bank or if he's going to be out for a good little while. But that was involved in a match with Jack Swagger. And a lot of people say that there's heat on Swagger for being a guy who injures guys. The way I look at this, I wasn't there. I'm not a wrestler. You're not a wrestler. But I'm just defending my guy since a lot of, Rotten Tomatoes were thrown at my guy. A lot of people say that he's the guy who gave Ziggler the concussion. He was in the ring when Ziggler got the concussion, yes, but that wasn't Ziggler's first concussion. Ziggler has a very sort of, bump easy sort of way of doing things in the matches, sort of like, a way of sort of stealing the show. Jack kicked him in the head, but it wasn't his first concussion, and once you get your first concussion, you become very, easy to concussions. So I don't really look at Swagger as a guy who's dangerous in the ring. This isn't Wade Barrett's first shoulder injury. So, once you've been beaten down on that shoulder. It's just easier to injure it again. Who knows if it's the way he threw him into the barricade or if it's the way the guy hit the barricade. I'm not here to defend the guy. I'm just trying to say, you know, you can't always go right out and say it's one guy who did it, even though none of us had seen it. You know, barely any of us were at that show that SmackDown was taped. Maybe it's 8 o'clock on Thursday here on the West Coast. Sooner than later, the people that get SmackDown first, they'll be uploading it. We can see it from there. You can wait until it airs on your television. But there's discussion that, you know, maybe because Christian's going to be there, he's on the kickoff show. Maybe much like, you know, Kofi Kingston. I think it was Kofi Kingston on the pre-show last month where he learned that he was going to be on a match, or maybe that was on Monday Night Raw. I can't really remember it. He was against Bo Dallas, so I do remember that. And I think that Kane came out and killed Kofi. Maybe that was on Raw. I can't really remember. My apologies, but maybe they'll just, you know, tap Christian to get into that match. It's a weird match to have you return to, but you know the Christian's going to get a pop in that babyface role. But I look at it as a guy like Christian, is that he's sort of in the WWE family. But if I was Christian, especially when those last releases came out, do you want to be the smallest fish in a really big pond, or do you want to end your career as, you know, a big fish in a small pond? I think he could add more to TNA than basically he can add to WWE. It'd be cool if he comes back. What's the most that Christian's going to do? Win the Intercontinental title again? Win the U.S. title again? I don't really see him having a big feud. Last year at SummerSlam, they gave him the match. At SummerSlam, one more match. To me, it seemed like it was a retirement sort of deal. He didn't get the win. You know, that was it. I didn't care about that match. I don't see myself really caring about a Christian match again. It's not like you're going to bring Edge back for an Edge versus Christian sort of tag team affair. Maybe Christian versus Jericho might mean something if you can get them on the same page to sort of have the relive WrestleMania 20. But I'm not holding my breath for it. I don't really see anything out there. A lot of guys in here. Of course, I would love my boy Ziggler to get the win here. I love it. Ambrose to get it. Maybe you have Ambrose and Seth Rollins feud over the Money in the Bank case. Love to see Ziggler have another run with it because, of course, because of his concussion, he was taken out as the World Heavyweight Champion. I think they stripped him, and then Del Rio became the champion. No, it was Swagger and Del Rio had the money or the ladder match. The winner of that became the #1 contender, and then Del Rio beat Ziggler, I'm pretty sure is the way it went down. So I'd love to see Ziggler get another run with the Money in the Bank briefcase where he can cash in and become champ again. RVD, everybody loves that guy. I know he's on the back end of his career, but WWE's got to give him something as a big splash to sort of say thank you for coming back. Seth Rollins, easy as your #1 guy here. He seems to be the guy that Evolution wants to be getting behind and pushing to the top. You can call him Evolution, you can call him the Authority one way or another. But it seemed to me they put a big emphasis on if Ambrose gets in this match and, you know, things don't go to plan, Rollins was going to be the guy that had the egg on his face. It was all going to fall on Rollins that things didn't go to plan. So maybe if you do that, maybe you have some sort of dissension in the Authority. Everybody's getting pissed at Rollins for making it where Ambrose got into the match, but Ambrose didn't. That Rollins didn't really want Ambrose just running down there causing a muck every time he caused every time he was getting close to grabbing the briefcase. You know, Ambrose would just run in there, not officially in the match, and just push it over. What are the referees going to do to get him out of there? You're going to send every single referee to sort of push Ambrose to the back. It's just not going to happen easily with no Triple H on this match. Easily this is the match that Triple H can get involved in. Definitely trying to find his guy pushed to the top. I'm not 100% sure that's going to happen after I say that, because I think the push is for Roman Reigns and Triple H. So it would be sort of weird if Triple H got involved in this match and maybe Roman would come down. But then again, people are saying that they're sort of pushing the Shield in all different directions, even though they're all still wearing black. At the end of the day, they're sort of like, they were a team, they were really good, but they're not a team anymore. I know that, you know, the last time we saw Reigns and Ambrose was on Backstage Pass, and they were saying that they're brothers for life and they fight together, but since then it seems that things have changed. The biggest question of this match is going to see if Wade Barrett is going to be there, if it's going to be a 6-man, is it going to be a 7. Are they going to replace him? What is the big spot that Ziggler and Kofi are going to do to make sure that people remember this match over the championship match? So it's going to be a good one. We're going to love this one. We're going to love the main event, and we're going to talk about that one in a minute.